All right. Good evening, family. Good evening. You're welcome to the fifth day of the Matrimonial Healings Week. Wow, I'm sure it's been a beautiful time in the presence of God for you since Monday. We've been having, several topics to discuss. We started with recreating oneness on Monday, and it was awesome. And we had recreating physical and mental health on Tuesday with those personal testimonies from our host. Our invited ministers. We thank God for how He has been healing our homes. On Wednesday was recreating financial vibrancy, and yesterday was a very hot session on recreating the sexual part of our home. And for those of us that were on Zoom yesterday, it was hot. I remember one of my sisters was like, it also sex matter, everybody carry it enter. We give God praise for what God is doing in our homes. And tonight, we want to talk about recreating love spark. And I'm very excited about this topic because many times we start out with the spark. I love you. I can't do without you. I can't sleep without you. I can't eat without you. Many love stories that we write ourselves. And the devil comes and wants to bring down the love spark. Is like, I've seen everything. They see me finish part. Many things affect the spark. But that's why we are here tonight. How do we maintain the love spark? And how do we recreate it in case that even actually died off completely? And I bet you tonight, I have professionals in this matters on set. My great daddies and mommies are here to discuss with us, and I'm very sure that we are going to be blessed. If there's anybody that you think needs to be online tonight, quickly tell the person that we have started, and we are starting on a very mighty note tonight. So tonight, I have with me, in the studio, I have Pastor Ezekiel and Mama Bakoya. Ever visit Mama Bakoya? Good evening, Daddy and Mommy. It's good to have you on call tonight. I also have with me tonight Daddy Aleshin, Pastor Femi, and Mama Aleshin. They are here tonight. And I'm telling you, they're very qualified to discuss this topic with us because they have been in love for some time. And it's not easy to be in love and stay in love for a long time. So they are very, very qualified to discuss with us tonight how to maintain this love spark. So I'm going to be asking them questions, and I'm going to be directing it to them. So now we're going to be looking at two major things. Anyways, I'm going to be looking at the love spark and parenting. Yes, a part of our discussion tonight will be hammering parenting. Like I said, we're going to be seeing how God wants to recreate our love spark. Many of us started on a very beautiful note, and then, sometimes it looks like, what's happening to my guy, what's happening to my babe. So I want to hear from our beloved daddies and mommies in the Lord. So I'm going to start with Daddy and Mommy Aleshe. Good evening, sir. Good evening, ma. Welcome, and how are you today? I want to ask a very, very significant question. I know many people are wondering how long have they been married that makes me say they are qualified. Yes, they're going to hear by yourself. Let me ask mommy. Mommy, how long have you been in love? Now, I said in love, not married. Do you get it, ma? So how long have you been in love with Pastor Femi?
Like 25.5 years.
25 and a half
years.
Wow. You see, I told you that Mama is qualified to talk about this thing. All right, Daddy. How long have you been in love with Mama?
Over 25 years too.
25 years too. Wow, this is awesome. We give God praise. Okay, let me ask Daddy this. How did it start? What actually got you attracted to Mama? 25 years ago, what did you see? Aside God, I know you saw God, I know. You're a very spiritual man, you're a pastor. So I understand the God part. I know that one is the 100%. But aside the God part, what exactly got you attracted to her? What was it?
Like, I love somebody that is not too fat, then not too tall than my stature. I like that with them.
Was happy.
So she's like my junior sister then.
Wow, that's good to hear. Actually, that's not perfect. We can even see the semblance already. People are looking like twins, not even siblings. So we give God praise. Okay, so for daddy was the physique, it was the figure. He loved somebody that is brave, that is not too tall like me. You see, somebody that is not too fat. And that's very. We give God praise. Okay. So daddy, what you saw 25 years ago, I mean, that particular physique, I mean, is it still there?
The portable nation is still there.
I
The
didn't get it.
the portable stature is still there.
Still there.
Yes, now.
Okay.
It's still as portable as those 25 years ago.
Good. Good. So it's safe to say that you manage money well. That's good stuff. I give it a thumbs up. If
I'm a
you
good
manage
manager.
stuff,
I'm a good manager.
yeah. God has helped you. You're doing well, sir. That's good. All right. Well done, sir. Let me go to Diane Mumema. Good evening, Pastor and Mama. Good to have you, sir. Mama, good evening. It's good to see your beautiful face again. All right. So, mommy, how long have you been in love with Daddy Ezekiel?
Well, more than 27 years.
More than
7 years.
wow, 27. Did I get this? Did you say 27?
Yes, I said 27. More than 27.
More than 27. Okay, a question came to my mind. What is the nickname? Did you ever give Daddy a nickname? Or did you ever have a nickname? How was it?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Nickname.
Nickname. Oh,
Yeah.
it's my precious. Nickname.
Ma?
Precious. Precious.
I'm sorry, I didn't get it. Anyways, I'm sure that my people heard it at home. You have the nickname.
Precious.
Okay. There's some. All right. Thank you, ma. Okay. Let me go straight to my question. I'm going to start with Daddy Obatoya. How did the spark start for you, sir? For you being in love with mommy for about 27 years. I want to believe it's also 27 years that you have been in love with her. How did the spark start? I'm not saying what got you attracted to her. I'm saying, how did this love journey start? Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. I mean, each time I hear this question, I'm always excited because I remember immediately after our wedding, because we got into marriage fully prepared. We determined that this marriage is going to make impact in people's lives. And to go on that journey, we started with an adventure. You know, when you buy a new vehicle, brand new, cha-cha, Tiaroba, you will want to explore, you will want to see. For me as a person, I want to test run and see how good this vehicle is. So I've been hearing about marriage. So when I got into it, looking and seeing a beautiful woman beside me, we went into adventure. And the adventure became a reference point to our lifestyle today. And what was that adventure? The following Sunday, after the Thanksgiving service of the marriage, we went for honeymoon again. Honeymoon, sorry, I'm getting used to HIV. So we went into honeymoon, and that was where I tested the Tiaroba. I did all manner of tests that I could do. That time, I tell you, I was able to explore. And since that time, my life has never remained the same. There are so many stories around our honeymoon, to the extent that today we make reference to it as a Samunda experience. That was how the love spark started. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. So I hope we got it back there at home. That I mean, it started on a note of adventure. And I think that I agree with them, the adventurous part of them, because my husband actually shared a testimony of them with me. The last time they went out together, I mean, and it was checking out honeymoon again venue. My husband came able to say, that women are always following themselves everywhere. And I said, who is talking? I mean, that was a very good testimony. And I've not shared this with them before that. This said it started actually on an adventurous note. And I mean, that's one lesson to pick for every one of us that are listening, that going everywhere with yourself will definitely maintain the spark. I mean, that's the first thing I need every one of us to hold on to, because that's simply what Daddy has just told us. And going everywhere is not easy to do. It's challenging to do, it's sacrificial to do. Sometimes you may have to um start some family functions, and then people even get angry with you. We had an experience, I remember, sometimes last year or the year before, when my father died. We were supposed to attend a family function together, my husband and I, and we got a distress call from my mom, who was already a widow. So my husband insisted that he would go with me. I was like, guy, go for the family function, let's divide ourselves into two. He said, no, we are going together. And you know that our family members were angry with us. They were like, you guys should have splitted yourself. What better should have gone? My husband said, no, we go everywhere together. So, the cost of maintaining this park or recreating this park is actually costly. It's actually sacrificial, but it's worth it. Okay, let me go to Daddy and Mommy Aleshi now. Um, how have you been maintaining the spark of your love, Sanma? How have you been maintaining it? How? Specifically, I want you to itemize. Daddy and Obafemi just gave us an example. They go almost everywhere together. And I just said that my husband attested to that, even behind their back. So, Daddy and Mommy, let me hear from Mommy. Mommy, how have you been maintaining your love spark with Daddy? Your Daddy is a pastor. Hey, and fine pastor like Daddy, many sisters everywhere. I imagine when you were younger, the challenges. So how have you been able to maintain your love, your loving him, the spark, how have you been maintaining him, ma?
Okay. To God be the glory for everything. All what I know is that we didn't hide anything from each other. No secrecy since we are married. Anything we want to do, we do it in common. Even to the extent that some people will ask me questions separately, and they will go and ask my husband again the same question, and the same answer will be given. There is no separation between us. There is no secrecy. We do things in common. When we are planning some things, we plan it together. Not that one will go one side and another will go another side. We do everything together. And if until now, there is no secrecy, nothing, so we didn't hide anything from each other. We do things in common. And that has been helping us, because many people would like to hear some things, they want to hear from wife and hear from husband. And they want us, maybe they might be thinking that we will give different opinion concerning what we are talking about. But by the time they ask us separately, they still meet us the same way. We thank God for that.
Wow, thank you, ma. Openness. Mom talked about openness. She talked about what.
Another one is communication. Another one is we talk together too much. We communicate regularly, effectively. So we are both communicators. So we enjoy communicating. We can talk for hours. When the children are not at home, to be us alone, we can lock ourselves from morning to evening, talking this, talking that, sleep, wake up, discussing. You see this thing, you see that thing, so we enjoy communicating together so long time. We can drive, we travel together, but let me use it as a Yoruba, I'm a road jobber all throughout the time.
Thank you very much. I was going to come to you, sir. And yeah, thank you for giving us your input. So from this family, we have heard how they have been maintaining the love spark, how they have been recreating the love spark. Mommy said openness, no secrecy, oneness. And oneness, one thing that caught my attention in the oneness story she told us is that people have tried to, separate them by asking them same question differently. Wow. That's awesome to know. People can be very funny at the aim why they do many things, but regardless of how people try to put them apart, she was able to establish to us now that they mean the same thing in their mouth, and that's oneness. That's the power of oneness. And every one of us must be able to, emulate that. And then I talk about communication. Communication, long time. Is that we keep talking and talking and talking. Wow. That's very beautiful. I hope we are taking note of that at home. Pastor Ezekiel, sir, let me hear from you, sir. How have you been maintaining the love spark? How have you been, aside adventure, traveling together? What are the other things that you have been doing deliberately to, maintain the love spark? Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. I understand you didn't hear me clearly. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's much better, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. One of the things that we do to maintain this love spark is we eat together every day. At least once we are together, we eat daily together. At least that is the dinner. We eat together. And one of the things that I always do sometimes is that as we are eating, I can decide to finish all the meat. So that I want to just pull her leg to know how she's going to respond. And sometimes you say, oh, you have finished all this. Why can't you wait for me? You have finished all this. And then she will go back and pick another one. So we eat really together, even though, like you said, Aaron, that it takes sacrifice. Sometimes she will have to wait for me to finish from the office to come back, and then so that we can eat together. Even if we are not the same delivery together, it must be the same time that we are eating it, Thank you.
Wow. Even up till now, that we eat together. Up till now.
We eat together.
Wow. That's good.
When I travel or you do around, we wait for each other. That's one signature.
Wow. That's a big one. I hope somebody's learning. I think we need to go back to eating together. We started eating together until I started getting pregnant. Pregnancy saying that that's like I'm going to wait for him, I think it could be a night caller many times because of the nature of his job. So I think we are going back to eating together too. Okay. That's a good one. Mommy, do you have something to have to hear? How have you been maintaining the love spark? How have you been maintaining it?
Well, one of those things again is, I guess you're hearing me, is that he pulls off surprise. My husband can surprise you. Pleasant surprise. Are you hearing me? How is it? No. Hello. Not a
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, ma. Let me believe that maybe my people at home heard you. Okay. Let's just go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, ma. If you could do me the favor of dropping it for me in the chat box, what you said, so that I can be able to pass that across to, the people at home. Hoping that you also got it. Thank you so much, ma. Okay, let me move to the next question quickly, because the topic before us is recreating the love spark. So I want to ask Pastor Femi, Pastor Aleshe, was there any time that the spark reduced? Because I love us to be very practical, Daddy and mommy have been in love for 25 years, as Daddy and mommy Aleshe. And for 25 years straight on, we thank God for how far He has brought you. But can you tell us, was there any point where this spark seemed to drop? And can you tell us why? What happened? What caused it? Thank you, sir.
Okay. There are times the love spark wanted to have issues years ago during the challenging years, the assignment to be in the ministry, the financial challenges, when things are not as it is. So it's a challenging moment for me and for us. Like where we grew up, my father told us that you must take care of your wife, provide everything that the woman needed. So when the money is not there, during those days, it's a challenging period when you have to struggle to get those things that you need. And when when I don't wanted to be in full-time ministry, and I felt I should just be a worker in the church. So those trying moments were time that the love spark was like going down a bit, but God was our sustenance. And like I tell people that you must marry the child of God. When things is not going very well, you marry a child of God, the God factor will still be there and will put two of you back together. So during those challenging moments, so the God factor that was cementing it together, that make us to wait. And she waited for me, and I enjoy it up to that moment. So those are the times alone that the love spark has a little issues.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. All right, so money, money matter, now matter. God help us. So everybody that is listening tonight, it's not a big deal that things are not the way it ought to be for your family financially. Don't capitalize on it. And don't let it affect the love spark. It has happened to our people, our people, older people in the journey of marriage, and they have scaled through. Right now is much better financially. They were there. So if you are going through that path, don't let it get at you that much, okay? Because God is able to help you. Daddy mentioned the God factor, help them to keep cementing it. Then talk about ministry. The ministry almost affected the love spark. Daddy, I want you to touch on that a little, sir. Because I know people that are married and are ministerial people are listening tonight. At what point did ministry wanted to affect this spark? What can you give us instances? How? Because we need to be very clear on that, and then how you were able to tackle it. Thank you, sir. Briefly.
Okay, two major areas. Why? Initially, I love to be a church worker. I just wanted to be a worker, Sunday school teacher, a choir. I don't want to go into full-time ministry. So as at the time that I felt the idea, the call of God upon me that I have to be in full-time ministry, so the challenging moments, the disobedience or disliking or the dragging of food has tell on us as a family much. So I had to go back to God and begin to pray. And then I felt, I should be able to maneuver, but only, like I said, the God factor was there. So we kept on praying. And the second one doing the work of the ministry was when I was into the full-time ministry, when I had to go vigils, hours, days in the church, The church is very far from the house. You have to drive like almost 20 kilometers to the house. So you close Bible study around 6:30. You drive your family back home. You go again at 9 p.m. for the vigil. Come back home in the morning when she's going to work. And that one can last to 40 days, 30 days. Oh, I wanted to fast today. I'm doing this today. So, and not having, during those days too, I have time for the children, but those are the challenging moments that wanted to make the spark to and you know, the church commitment to take much of my time. But thank God, we grew up in it in God. Like I said, the God factor is there. When you marry a child of God, God factor will be ministering to both of you and be directing you. So that's the thing that worked for us.
Thank you very much, sir. When you marry a child of God, I know that some of our singles are tuning into our Matrimonial Healings Week program because it's aired on Mixlr, and it's good that they are listening. I hope you caught that part, that if you marry a child of God, regardless of the challenges, you can prevail over it together. Mommy, what was it for you, Mama?
Excuse me, sister. When you marry a child of God, the fruit of the Spirit will be your relations, love, patience, endurance, long suffering. When you marry from the devil, you have the witches that your cousin, the wizard, familiar leader, the go to. So the God factor, child of God is there.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. Mommy, Mama Leshe, those times that Daddy was busy with ministry work and he has to attend 40 days, because when I heard 40 days, I'm like, hey, wow. So 40 days back-to-back vigils, maybe fasting inclusive. As a woman, having to face the children alone, what was it for you? How were you feeling? And how were you able to, express your heart? And how did the change happen? Thank you, ma.
To God be the glory. You know, it's not only 40 days vigil. That 40 days can be twice or thrice in a year.
Ew.
40 days vigil thrice or twice in a year. That is how he has been rolling it. But, he said God factor. When you are a child of God, you will fix other things that, you will fill up the vacuum. There is no way when the husband is not at home, the children were there, you have to prepare them for the school, prepare this, prepare that. Actually, it's not so going well with me by then, but to God be the glory. God has been my help. Me too, I will go to my work very early in the morning. No housemaid. I'm there coping with them, coping with the children, coping with the house chores, coping with many things. But today, we thank God because we can, by the grace of God, I'm able to skip through. It's not so easy by then because if you look at me now, you say we look like twins. We are not as we are not looking so alike by then. I was like tiny, like I don't know, like mango tree. I don't know. When the work is so the load is too much on you at times, so you are doing some things. And well, we thank God because here we are today.
So God was for Mommy. God kept her. She kept looking at God who has called her into this union. So, and I hope somebody is speaking and learning that who called you into this marriage union? That's the person we keep looking at. Bible says, looking unto Jesus, the author and the finisher of our faith. So if we keep our gaze on Jesus, it will be easy to endure. She said it was not easy back then. So in case you are feeling it's not easy, they are confirming it to us right now that it is actually not easy, but we can do all things through Christ that strengthens us. One of the things that Mommy said is filling up the vacuum. So one of the ways to recreate love spark in your relationship, in your marriage relationship, is to take a decision to fill the vacuum. Let the vacuum not be evident. Let it not be obvious, because there will be times where one person will be taken away by whatever reason. It could be job, it could be ministry, it could be anything. But that time is the time for the other partner to stand to fill that vacuum and ensure that it's not really showing in the at the old front. So obviously the children were not feeling the heat so much because mommy was taking her own. She was taking the blow and she was filling the vacuum. Somebody must be sacrificial. Somebody must pay the price. We must be, available for each other at every point in time. Okay, let me quickly read to us what that doctor said to us. When they were trying to talk, it was a network, and we apologize for that. Network cannot be, to a large extent, you cannot determine what it will be like. So one of the points they gave us after recreating love spark for them was that daddy was good at that the mother is very good at pulling surprises. Wow. I love surprises. Thank you, mommy. My husband is hearing. I do love surprises. And I know many of us are hearing. Do you get it now? So daddy was very good at pulling off surprises. It's another, it was a love spark for them. Then they attend events together. They attend events together. So I hope we are taking note of the point. Attending events together, surprising each other, and it does not matter how big the surprise is. Actually, I believe so. That it's not about being big. It could be small, but it is catching the attention of your partner. Thank you very much for mentioning it, Sanma. Okay, I don't know. I think when Daddy was speaking, it was quite clear. Daddy, can you just say to us instances of where the spark was almost affected? Yeah, I don't want to read what you have written. I want to say it yourself, and now you're able to mention it. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you so much. We always want to have some time together, especially at weekend. And some times ago, we decided to have a romantic weekend. Target a romantic weekend. On a Friday, we will shut down every activity. And then we will stay together. Children will not trust, we'll stay together, practice all the practicable couples show. The dance, I will carry her, she will carry me. We'll go inside the bedroom, we'll back together, all manner of things together, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So, but for some time now, we've not been able to have that experience because of the multiple engagement that we always have every weekend. But the only time we always make it up is when we have opportunity for vacation. Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. Okay, Daddy, did I hear you say we bathe together? Did you say bathe together?
Yes, yes. In the
Sorry, my head heard that one. I didn't hear that now. I did not hear clearly.
yes.
I heard the very other part. Wow. That do you know till now or back then in those days?
Up till now, but we don't really have enough time to practice the more. We are missing it. But we will give ourselves time to continue to do it.
Wow. I hope we are learning. Recreating love spark is deliberate. It's not something we can just reach or play about. We must work at it. Wow, we must be deliberate. These are 27 years long people talking about bathing together. Some of us are just 10 years old, 5 years old, and we're like, I don't have time. I have to take care of the children. Hey, we must create time for each other. Pressure at work. Sometimes Daddy mentioned pressure at work. So you're not the only one that is pressured. My brother, my sister, you are hearing tonight. However, they used to have romantic weekend off. They just decided, okay, we have had so much back-to-back work pressure. Let's take ourselves out. Let's do out of the house environment outing. And that's very, very key. So you can recreate love spark by taking your spouse out of the house. And next weekend is an opportunity to do that. In Heston, we have HMA happening. next weekend. HMA is honeymoon again. And I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. Because it's a like some people, it's only that once in a year that they will take their wife or husband out of the house. So please don't miss it. And if that is the only one you can maintain for now, honestly, it's not bad. It's an attempt and a deliberate act, to recreate love spark. I want to touch on parenting right now. I want to touch on parenting, and I'm going to go to Daddy Aleshe. As ministry people, I know that you have children who are already above 18. Am I correct, sir, Pastor Aleshe?
Yes, you're right.
Thank you, sir. So I want you to tell us, sir, how has it been parenting 18-year-old and above children, young adults, particularly young adults? How has it been parenting? And at that stage, they're already made, they have their own choices, they have their own philosophies, they have their own values. I mean, they're like you, living together like the same you, so to say. Sometimes they even prove to know more than you. How has it been parenting such children, sir? Thank you, sir.
Okay, parenting children for us, I would say it's the grace of God. God have mercy on us on parenting children. But what do we do as parents when they were young, very, very much younger? Like our last baby will be 18 this month. So when they were younger, all of them, we made them to learn the fasting and prayer that we normally do in the house together. As early as when they were very younger, before they came a year, when a month, 2 months, 3 months. So when we taught the first baby to fast, when he was very, very much younger, when he was a baby, probably after 3 months. So what we do for him was that we made him to fast. 3 months old baby, he did not took breast from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m.
Wow.
He cried. While he was crying, we were praying. So we made it a culture of fasting and prayer. We exposed them to eat. And then, like when we were younger, when my father was alive, you take us to church, you don't miss church. What they preach in the church was able to explain. So we recreate that in my family too. We go to church together, we come back together. What did you learn in the church? We shared that one when they were younger. And when, the Bible says, train up your child to where he should go. So one of the challenging areas when because we are transferable pastors in CSC, so they transfer us.
Okay.
So we prayed and God helped us. What we did for them was that we put them in boarding school. So if we were moved from this place to another place, when they come out from boarding school, they meet us there. All the houses, all the assemblies they were transferred to, they be until they were in the university where they can fend for themselves. So God grace inculcate the idea of Christianity and praying and what it means to know God to them. So by the time they finish their secondary school, when they are making choices of those things, they know who to go to. Every child will be like Joseph that would leave and go to Egypt. So they know those. So God help us in those areas too. When they began to use telephone, we began to use social media, what we did, we gave them the telephone, we gave them the Wi-Fi, but we monitored what they used. Like I said to them when they were using telephone, by 9 p.m., submit the telephone to the table in the room, don't lock it. So after they submit it, I'll go through it, all the things that you have deleted, meet them on social media. So we check together all the messenger who you chat with, who is chatting with you, who is calling you, all those ones we monitor, but much more, it is the grace of God and the mercy of God.
Wow, thank you so much. I really have said so much in few minutes, and I captured many of what you said. First is said, and I deliberately did not ask that when they were young, because I was looking out for you referring to whatever God has helped you to do from when they were young. And that's one thing I want everybody that's listening to hold on to. I purposely did not ask that how was this when they were younger, because I know that if God has helped us in any way, it would have started from the foundation. Because we always think that if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? So that election kept on talking about. In fact, I was shocked to hear that you made a 3 months old baby fast. Wow. Mommy, how did you manage? Did you agree easily?
Yes, we are knit together. You know,
No.
those day was not so easy. The baby cried and cried and cried. But you know, when we determined to do that, we want to develop in the way of God. And to God be the glory today. Even when they are in the school, in the boarding school, the day of fasting, they know it is the family day. That and they have been taught that not only you will pray for, you pray for daddy, pray for mommy, pray for your siblings. And that has been our culture. So they are putting it up like that. Pray for all our problems, we share it together. What daddy is passing through, what mommy is passing through, we share with them. And what they are passing through, they couldn't hide it from us.
Wow.
Hide it. Even now they are adults. I thank God for that. Whatever is happening in their school, they quickly communicate. Even one of them like that sometimes ago, I think last year, when one lecturer was victimizing him, he quickly tested his dad. He chatted him up. He said, this is what is happening. This lecturer was victimizing me. The daddy told him, I'm in the mountain. What is the name? They prayed together. You know, to God be the glory, everything was solved. And he was telling his friends that my daddy is on the mountain. He's praying right now.
That's the way. I love to hear that. I hope, we are listening and we are taking note that as parents, we must be fireful enough for our children to trust that when they tell us about situations that are confronting them, they have a father, they have an Elijah at home that can stand on the mountain and declare over that situation. Wow. I hope we understood and took note of what Mommy said, that they had a culture. I wrote it down as, inculcating the family consecration in the children helps them a lot. She said they have been fasting for months. They know the day of fasting for the family. Now, even when they got to the boarding school, they needed not to be told. It was already a part of them. We cannot do any crash program on our children as parents. It must start from when they were young. The Bible says, train up a child in the way that it should go. When he grows up, he will not depart from it. You see? So you will not be trained after when he has grown. You would have trained him as a child. Wow. Thank you so much, Daddy and Mommy Aleshin, for that fantastic contribution. Because of the network issue we have tonight, I'm going to read to us the thought of Daddy Obatoya. One of the things he said to me from the chat is that Christian, the lifestyle, the children learned a lot from them. He said they were able to portray to them a Christian lifestyle. And I hope we know that children learn by imitation first. When our children are growing up, the first way they learn is by imitation. They want to, if their father is a preacher, they'll be practicing preaching at home. My children do that a lot. If your mother is a singer, you see the daughter singing, the brother will be doing pastor. That's how they learn. And you just think they're acting. No, they are actually learning the culture. Before you know it, it will make their vocabulary. The things they will say are the things they see. So that is talking about Christian lifestyle. So we also allow them to know God personally by having their quiet time by themselves. Practicing when they will be out of the home to their school. So for the family of Akoya, it was allowing them to have a me time with God. So they are incorporated in them that there's a time that you must have your own time with God, apart from the general altar of the family. So we also give them listening here and respect their opinion on issues to guide them. This is very powerful for teenagers. I'm sure, for teenagers, you must allow them to hear their opinion. Even the children that are doing battle today, that are not preteen at age 8, at age 7, they are questioning your decision. They're like, mommy, why? Why are we doing like this? At such a tender stage. So it was about giving them listening ear. Giving them listening ear does not mean allowing them, but at least letting them that they have an opinion, that they have an idea, and that they can be heard is very powerful for parents. Parents must know that the child wants to know that he has a voice and wants to know that his or her voice counts. Now, it is now our part to now guide that voice to say, okay, let's do it this way. Let's go about this way. You have made a good point, but what if we do it this way? The way you have not said, shut up, you're a child. You don't even know what you're doing. No, you're not sure you have allowed the child to hear his opinion. So we also have family meetings. Wow, you get family meetings, prayer time, and then review. Wow, that about review. That they review their family together. Every new year they do review. Wow, that's beautiful. I think we should all inculcate that. I love the quiet time part. I mean, allowing the child to have their own quiet time. I also are taking note of those things. And then I like to talk about consecration, allowing the children to be involved in the family consecration, fasting together, studying together, and the like. We have a question, and that question actually goes to the grandparents. Was that owner that started this matter of baking together? So someone is asking of Miss Solar that they have a son, and the husband is always concerned about the son seeing that and mommy go to the bathroom together. I believe that this family don't have access to, in a situation where you have master bedroom, it's easy. Nobody knows what you are doing in your room, like you are shut the door. But I think this family, they use the same bathroom and they have a son. And yes, they want to do it, but the fact is that because of their son, they are asking that hoping to not affect their child in any way if the child sees them going to the bathroom together. I don't know if Daddy can help us. I pray that we're able to hear him.
Well, if you don't want to offend the child, I hope you are hearing me.
Yes, it's better.
Well, if you can just create time in the night after the boy has slept.
Okay.
At times, we enjoy my mom's goodwill. I will put our children with my mom. I beg, help me watch. We'll be right back. And our right back is to have some time together. So if you still have a baby that's inquisitive, wondering what mommy and dad will do in the bathroom, then great time at times in the night, or at times you drop in with your mom or your auntie or sister. Though the days are evil now, but I mean you can do that circumspect, that is using your discretion. But no matter what, always create time for the two of you, because the children will come and go. As in, right now, most of our children are not at home. They only come for holiday. So if you have missed those periods, bonding together at these late hours of our years in marriage might be a little difficult. So out of no time, just still struggle it. And at times those children to learn, because my children are saying those things they have seen us do, because at times we do it in their presence. And they say, yes, you have given us a standard of what to do and how a Christian marriage works. And they say they are proud of it. Your children will be proud of you later on. They may not understand fully, but as they grow older, they will know that yes, love still exists and marriage still works, in spite of all they are hearing on social media. So our children are proud. In fact, they are saying we have raised the bar so high that I just told them that please take it easy. But they have seen us bathe together, they have seen us dance together, they have seen us do some, though not too naughty things, but they see us love each other, and they are looking forward to loving their own spouses like that. So he might be young. He can join you once in a while, but at times let him sleep and you do your thing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma. I hope the person who asked that question got it, because mommy said that yes, for now, I mean, if it will affect the child, it still does not stop you from recreating your love spark. The child at least will not be with you 24/7. So you have to master when the child is maybe sleeping or watching the TV or busy with, other things, and then you quickly maximize the time. Then she now made a very cogent point, which I agree with 100%, that as children are growing, it's good for them to see some of the things you do together. I remember that one of the things that inspired me to desire a godly home, and I've said it many times for those that follow me on Facebook or other social media, is my father. My father, I saw my dad play with my mom. I saw them play together. I mean, especially when daddy is at fault, there's a way he tickles my mom. Every one of us will be there. So, I mean, I can't forget one of the jokes he pulls many times is he's eating alone, maybe in the room alone, and then he'll now start coughing. I've been repeatedly. Some of us now rush the situation, including more, like, I don't know if people still love me. I think one is angry with me. I mean, there are just so many joking things together. Sometimes you just flash a bomb. And we're already grown up. I'm telling you. And I can't forget those scenarios. I mean, those were the things that created in me desire to want to get married to the right man, someone that can play with me like my dad plays with my mom. You know, he raised many good and godly desires in me. And I think I agree with my mother that it is good for our children to see some of this. It's not bad for you to come out from work and plant a peck on your child, your wife's cheek, plant a peck on your husband's forehead. Those are not, I mean, they should see those things. They should see because they will see them elsewhere. I'm telling you, if we don't let them see, if we don't allow them to see it in our own, and we make them, and we interpret it for them appropriately, they will see it elsewhere, and they might wrongly interpret it for them. So it is good for us to let them see what a Christian home should be like. It goes a long way. It went a long way to help me, and I know it will go a long way to help any child growing up under a godly atmosphere. Wow. Our time is up, and I mean, I had a very good time. My notes is so full. I'm sure that every one of us back there at home, our notes are full. Thank you so much, Pastor Femi, Alessia, and Mama. Thank you so much, Pastor Ezekiel and Mama. We celebrate you, and sincerely, we had a good. That's why the bad network from the hand of the Daddy and Mama Ezekiel. You know, we still had a good time together. Thank you for those points that we have raised with us tonight. God bless you. I will believe so much that the wine in your home will not run dry. The spark has just begun. It will not dwindle in the name of Jesus. 10 years from now, you'll still be shacking each other, and every one of us too in the name of Jesus. All right, thank you very much, everyone that joined tonight. Don't forget HMA. Tomorrow is opera. Matrimonial Innings Week ends traditionally with an opera, a time to pray together. So we're going to pray together tomorrow as couples on everything that God has recreated in our home in the past 1 week. I want to plead with you to be at the opera tomorrow and tell somebody about the opera tomorrow. Please come and let's feel whatever God has done with the deal of prayer. God bless you. Good evening, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
One after the other, the husband will make their wife smile deeply, serious smile for 10 seconds.
I love you, my girlfriend. I love you, my girlfriend. I love you, my girlfriend.
One of the best things that I can ever think about my life is falling in love with you. You are the gift of God to me. That's why I call you a Bolua. I love you with my life. I've given everything to you.
Suku akansi komo. See as you smooth like silk. Go mole, come on, oh yeah, go here, come on, go mole, hey.
I was done in school, mommy. I must confess, this is the best job. I say, thanks to SOB, to be my life outside. Oh, enjoy me.